special time in New England, kind of the unofficial end of summer. I want everybody to have a good time on Labor Day. But if you take nothing away from this press conference, please be careful not to crowd in big social gatherings on Labor Day. I'd like you to put a slide up, please. We know for a fact that holidays cause people to gather in a party, which 3-4 weeks from then leads to increased cases. In Texas, for instance, they saw a big spike about a month after Memorial Day. Big Memorial Day celebrations led to a big spike. Similar thing happened here around the 4th of July. And that's what the data shows. The slide in front of you paints a clear picture about the change in trajectory that we saw following the 4th of July. In late June, we had days with new cases in the 20s and the 30s. But then in mid-July, we started to see increases again. Instead of continuing to have new daily case numbers in the 20s and 30s, we got to the 70s, 80s, 90s, a few days over 100. Before eventually coming down again these past few weeks. Why did this happen? There's a lot of reasons this happened. But we know clearly, and if the data is right in front of you, there is a correlation between 4th of July and increased numbers. We saw a spike in cases starting in the middle of July, which we traced back to 4th of July parties. People had parties, barbecues, pool parties, backyard events. And when you're with your family, when you're with your friends, maybe when there's drinking, when it's a party, we're just more relaxed. We might not wear a mask. We might gather. We might sit down next to somebody we don't know for a longer period of time. So, also on that slide, you see a second inflection point a few weeks ago when new hospitalizations started to tick down again. That timing also has a clear correlation. The tick down was clearly correlated with the lowering of our social gathering limit from 25 to 15 and the imposition of bars having to close at 11 o'clock. So it's clear, it's very simple. We know this. It's not just Rhode Island. It's all over the country. It's all over the world. When we gather together in bigger crowds, cases go up, hospitalizations go up, and deaths go up. So I'm asking you now, it's Monday, make your plans for next Labor Day, and just follow the rules. Just follow the rules. If you are having a social gathering, 15 is the limit. Not 20, not 25, it's 15. And we're enforcing it. And there's a steep fine for each person at a party over the 15 limit. It's also the case that, and I think the doctor may talk about this, as we've extensively gone through all of our case investigations, we talked to people, where were you? It's just crystal clear that when people get together, particularly indoors, in a restaurant, in a house, a lot of house parties, in a church, that's when you see cases increase. So I'm asking you, follow the rules this weekend, be responsible, stay outside, wear your mask, keep 6 feet away from folks, no big parties of any kind, pool party, barbecue, porch party, backyard, on a boat. Keep your distance, keep your limit, keep your social gatherings to 15, and keep your network small, the same 15 people. This is a very critical time right now. We want to get the kids back to school. I know a lot of businesses are planning around, mid-September, early October to let folks go back to work. A lot of college students coming back. We have to really now keep the stability. Labor Day is a big deal. It's a 3-day weekend. It's a time to party. Enjoy yourselves. Go out for dinner. Eat outside. Please follow the rules. Speaking of outside, we know that one of the best ways we and celebrate safely over Labor Day, or frankly any time, is to just go outside. Go outside. We know it is so clear from all the data, transmission is much lower outdoors. So we've been working hard to find innovative and creative ways to resume our everyday activities, but to do it outdoors so it reduces the spread of the disease. Last week, I announced that we're launching a new initiative called the Take It Outside campaign to encourage Rhode Islanders to do things outside wherever possible. Have a meeting outside, do exercise outside, take a class outside, eat outside. And so today, I'm really excited to announce that we are leaning into that initiative to encourage everybody to take it outside, and we're working with people to make it easier to do that. So starting today, you can go on the website, takeitoutsideRI.com, and you can reserve space for free at some of our state properties if you'd like to use these properties. We're making space at Fort Adams State Park, Fort Wetherell State Park in Jamestown, Lincoln Woods, some areas in Providence. You can have a meeting there. Many of these places are going to have free Wi-Fi. We're working on making that possible. If you own a gym, you can have an exercise class outside. You can teach class outside. We want to make land available for you and encourage everybody, at least now for the next couple of months, while the weather's decent, get creative and get outside. So again, takeitoutsideRI.com, reserve a space. Some places will have Wi-Fi, and we'd encourage you to take advantage of some of our most beautiful state parks and also keep yourselves healthy. I will say a big thank you to mayors and town managers. Since we launched the Take It Outside initiative last week, municipalities all over the state have called us to say, we want to get involved. And they're getting very creative. They're going to close sidewalks, close streets, make it easier to use parking lots for restaurants and retail shops and gyms and bars to put their business outside. So far, we've partnered with Providence, East Greenwich, West Greenwich, Jamestown, Central Falls, Bristol, and Warren to all take their businesses outdoors. And as I said, they'll be expanding outdoor dining, outdoor retail, and even, in some cases, even holding municipal government council meetings outside, socially distanced. So thank you. And if you're a town that I haven't listed, I'd ask you to consider it. So many businesses are struggling. A lot of the smaller ones don't have a natural space to go outside. So if you could please work with them to give them a hand to enable them to do their business outdoors. This could be a fun thing, and we can help one another. I know the Commerce Department is making some funds available to cities and towns to do out with this, and I'd ask everybody to just go to the website, Take It Outside RI, and see what might be possible. I want to also give a shout out to a few businesses. Citizens Bank and AAA Northeast, among others, have agreed to participate. Citizens Johnston and East Providence campuses are going to be using their outdoor spaces to hold meetings outside. And AAA is holding some of its pre-registration processes outside. So thank you guys for leading the way and setting a good example in the business community, and I hope others will follow. I also want to make a special announcement about our beaches and parks relative to this. After Labor Day, state beaches in the state of Rhode Island will remain open, and we'd encourage you to use them. They are free for parking, but there'll be no lifeguards. Additionally, this year, we're also going to be keeping restrooms open for 2 additional weeks. So continue to go to the beach. For the next 2 weeks after Labor Day, the bathrooms and the restrooms will be open. Same thing for state parks. Parking is free, no lifeguards, and just continue to practice the same social distancing. If you run into people you don't know, put your mask on, keep your crowd small, don't bunch